ever have one of those days where there's just nothing that's going right? Welcome to my world. Okay, so this morning when I got up, I ran my daughter to campus. She had a meeting with one of her professors, and I was just kind of tooling around here. I was just about ready to hop in the shower, and she calls, "Mom, I'm done with my meeting. Can you come pick me up? Let's go grab lunch." Okay. So when she invites me to lunch, I usually go because, I'm going to be leaving here in about 3 weeks, and I won't be seeing her again for quite a while, so I spend time with her as much as I can. So we went to this place up here called Humble Burger, and I've wanted to try it. The name intrigued me. I had never been there, and she said, "Yeah, let's go there and get a burger." And I hadn't had red meat in a long, long time. So we went there and I got a burger. I tracked it. The burger looked to be between 3 and 4 ounces, so I think I tracked 4 ounces. It came at 7 points for just the meat. There were no condiments on this burger at all. And then I tracked the bun at 4, so I think I tracked 11 points. Then I tracked my coffee this morning, so if I tracked everything correctly, I'm sitting at 13 points already today. I haven't had lunch or dinner, which I'm going to have breakfast for dinner. But anyway, so I've been feeling kind of crappy. I'm not used to red meat, and it was kind of greasy, and it was expensive. I don't ever want to go back to this place again. So I've been feeling kind of yucky today just because I think I ate that red meat that I'm not used to eating. And not that I don't like red meat, I just don't eat a lot of it. So that kind of went haywire for me today. When I stepped on the scale this morning, I was up again. I don't know what the deal is because I am not going off plan. So I have to figure out something that I'm doing wrong. I weigh in officially the day after tomorrow, and right now I'm up from last week, and I wanted to be down into the 2 teens, and I'm going the other way. I'm not up a lot, but still I'm up, and I don't want to be. So I guess the good side of that is that I'm concerned about it enough to want to do something about it, where before the old me would have said, "Oh, screw it," And then the other thing I woke up to this morning, I opened up my email, and I have an email from my attorney, and the opposing counsel in my house thing that's going on from after my husband died now wants me to prove that my husband died. And so I spent the morning, trying to convince them and sending them documentation and statements and things like that my husband was no longer alive, that he had no interest of dower, which I didn't even think was a thing anymore, in the house, and they needed to just continue with the foreclosure proceedings because I can't afford the house. The house payment is more than what I make every month. The only way we could afford it was because, we combined incomes, and I don't have that anymore. So, anyway, the house was in my name, and my credit is completely, well, for lack of better terms, it's completely in the shitter because of this house thing. And I just want it over with. I want this nightmare to end. And to tell you the truth, I think part of my weight gain problem this last week is just because I've been under so much stress with all this, legal crap that's been going on, that should have been over with a long time ago. And, this mortgage company has just dragged their feet on it. And, my attorney has made clear my intentions, for months and months and months. So then I get in my car and my check engine light came on. Not sure what that's all about. I'm sure it's an easy fix, and I'm just too stressed out to think about it right now. So luckily I still have 3 weeks to figure it out, and before I start making that long trek, it just irritates me that now it lasted all winter long and now I have this issue. But so it's just been one of those days. I was texting a friend earlier today, and I said, "Is there a full moon or something? Because I'm feeling the effects of something." The old me would have turned to food. I'm not doing that. I actually, I've told you this before. I have a tendency to turn away from food when I'm really stressed out. Instead of being an emotional eater, I'm pretty much an emotional non-eater, which isn't good for weight loss either. So I am going to force myself to eat today, even though I'm not feeling it really. That burger, I'm going to show you a picture of it. It came with coleslaw, which was completely unseasoned or unsauced. It was just cabbage, which was okay. I ate it. It just didn't have any taste. I mean, it could have used some salt and pepper and stuff, and the burger wasn't that good either. It wasn't as good as what I hoped a burger would be. So, but I am going to eat. I'm going to have, I think, my breakfast for dinner, and not sure I'm going to get to a lunch today because it's already, gosh, after 5 o'clock. And the day just has, the day has just kind of gotten away from me. So I may take the dogs over to the park for a little bit, let them get some air, and let me get some air too. And I don't know. It's just been a day. And I know everybody has them. It seems like I have more than my share of them, and I'm just tired of it. I'm getting disgusted with the way my clothes are fitting. And I mean, I don't want to fit back into them, but they're just kind of hanging on me now. And I already have my sewing stuff and my sewing machine all packed away for my trip, so I'm not gonna drag things out to try to fix things. And when I get home, I'll decide what I'm actually gonna alter to keep, or if I'm gonna just donate them. So I don't know. I'll be back after I have dinner, after I show you what I eat, and try to wrap this up on a more positive note. But I gotta tell you right now, I'm really kind of bummed. It started out I was bummed when I got on the scale this morning, and then I was bummed when I got the email, and it's just like nothing is going my way. I still haven't heard anything about any of the places I've applied to live in. And a matter of fact, just before I started videoing this, I was talking to my son. I said, I'm really getting frustrated. It's not that I'm not trying. Something's got to open up for me. And maybe it is that I'm not going to have it lined up by the time I get home. And I'll just have to go talk to these people face to face. That might be a better approach, other than just email and paperwork, so they can meet me as a person, and maybe they'll have mercy on me or something. I don't know. So I'm really trying to trust God in all this. It's just getting more difficult. So, the Bible says to lean not onto our own understanding. And how true that is, because I have no understanding about the situation at all right now. So anyway, I'll be back after I eat again, and I'll share with you my dinner. I decided to have a light snack instead of a full-blown lunch today. So this is an apple that is 160 grams, 0 points, and I just melted 28 grams. It's 1/4 of a cup of the Kraft fat-free shredded cheese. That's also 0 points. So my afternoon lunch / snack is 0 points. Well, I pretty much am having breakfast for dinner, which is fine with me. I have 1 egg and 2 egg whites for 0 points, and I just have some onion and pepper that I sauteed up in some Pam. Topped it with some Frank's hot sauce and a couple jalapeno slices, so that's 0 points. My orange is 145 grams, that's 0 points. I have 22 grams of an avocado. I'm going to finish that up. The avocado is 1 point. And I just have cucumber slices. So it's a 1 point dinner, not a 0 point dinner. Takes me to 14 smart points for the day. All right, I had to put a jacket on. It's getting a little chilly inside the house. It's warmer outside than it is in here. So you saw what I had for dinner. And I did end up having a snack for lunch. a 0 point snack. I've only had 14 points today. Um, I had a quarter of a bagel that I was going to have with my dinner tonight. It's typically what I have for breakfast, but since I had that hamburger bun today, I decided not to have any more bread. For some reason, bread just doesn't metabolize in me very well. It doesn't make me sick or anything. I just hang on to it, when those carbs turn to sugar. I got to thinking tonight when I was eating dinner that it was just about 7 o'clock when I got finished. And maybe that's part of my problem that I haven't been losing weight again, because the last few nights I've been eating late. I mean, it's been 8, 9, 10 o'clock when I've had dinner, so that might make a difference. So I'm done for the day now. It's after 7 o'clock here, and I just have to get back to that, not eating after 7 o'clock. I seem to do better when as far as weight loss, I do better. So I don't have any snacks here tonight, so I mean, I'm glad. I've had trouble eating that popcorn every night, and that's actually when I started gaining weight. And I'm telling you, I have not gained a lot of weight. I had one night where I gained 1.1 pounds overnight. I don't know how that happened, but my weight gain the last 3 days I had a 0.3, a 0.4, and a 0.4. So, my weight today is higher than what it was last Thursday when I weighed in by about 0.7, almost a pound. So I'm going to try to get some of that off tonight and tomorrow. It bummed me out. Typically, I see this weight pattern that I have, and I shouldn't be surprised at this because it's typically what I'm doing. I have a good loss, and then I have a couple gains, and then I have a couple losses, a couple gains. So, I mean, it's just up and down and up and down. It's just taken me forever to get out of the 220s, and it's what I've been working so hard. I really wanted to be in that 219 range on Thursday, and maybe I'll make it. I mean, I've gained 1.1 pounds overnight. Maybe I can lose it. So as of today, I've lost 6.1 pounds for the entire month. Most of that I lost in the first 12 days of the month. It takes my year to date to 10.3, which, this is the 4th month of the year. I was hoping to have at least, double that off. But Sandy mentioned this in her video, and I totally agree. When you get to be our age, it comes off slow. It's harder to lose weight. So I have 21.7 pounds to go to Wonderland. I was down in the 20s, 20-pound range to Wonderland, and I'm just kind of a little bummed because it's been just a bummer day all around. And this didn't help me. Kind of set the day off on a bad note. And the days got progressively worse as it's gone on. I showed you the picture of what I had for lunch. In that picture was a house lemonade that they offered, which basically was lemon juice and carbonated water. It wasn't very good, so I took a couple sips and said, eh. And I took a couple bites of that coleslaw, eh. I didn't eat it, so I did eat the whole burger though, and the burger was okay, and it tasted good to me because I hadn't had red meat in so long. So I don't know, with the burger, with what I counted for the hamburger meat, it looked to be about 4 ounces of meat. So I counted 11 points for the entire thing. If you think that's too little, please let me know, and I'll change it in my tracker. So after that, and the coffee I had this morning, and then what I ate for my snack and my dinner, it took me up to 14 points for the day. I haven't added up my calories, but I bet I'm pretty close to 1,300 because of that burger. But let me know if you think I didn't track enough points for that. I charged 4 for the bun and 7 for the meat. The only thing that was on there was there was maybe 1 slice of pickle, and they were homemade pickles, and some onion. I put a little dab of ketchup on it, but not enough to even make a teaspoon, let alone, to count it. So I didn't count the ketchup. Let me know what you think. Did I charge enough points for that? I charged 11 points. So, yeah, it's just been a weird day. I'm hoping tomorrow is better. I have some things to take care of with my attorney back home tomorrow. I know that all these things are going to get resolved eventually. It seems like it's going on forever. My husband's been gone a year and a half, and I'm still dealing with crap from when he was alive, and I feel stuck because I can't move forward till some of this stuff is settled. Not that I have any place to move forward to, but I just think I'll feel better about my situation. I do have some plans. So when I get back, I'm going to stay with my son until either he moves or I can find a place of my own. He's still kind of on the fence of whether he's going to move into a different apartment or not. The kind of good thing is that, he's got this girlfriend. He spends a lot of time at her place. So I'm closer to my family and friends back there. And then come August, I'm going to renew my substitute teaching license and get out and substitute teach again in the fall. I'm going to try to heavy load it in the fall so I don't have to do it in the winter. Because anymore at my age, I hate going out in the winter. And, I'm going to be 66 in October. So about November 1st is when I don't want to start going out again, when it starts getting really cold. Last winter I walked a little bit, and that's another good thing about being home. I'm going to be by this park that I like to walk, and the dog will love it too. She'll love walking in this park, and there's a lot of dog lovers that are there, and so she'll make lots of friends. When I was walking before, I made friends with a lot of the dogs. So here it's just too hard for me to walk because the surfaces are so uneven and everything is really downhill. I'm not just talking a short little hill. I mean, they're downhill. And then you have to go back uphill. So I'd rather walk on a nice flat surface. And even though I'm just going around in circles, it's better than nothing. And I love the fall, so, I like walking in the fall especially. But anyway, that's sort of my plan right now. And then I'm just going to bank everything that I can to save up for something. I'm hoping that, I'm going to be able to afford a deposit someplace if I need to, and keep working at paying off some of my bills. And I did pay my car off last week, so that was a big relief. And this is not the car I'm driving now that I paid off. It's my son has had this car in Oklahoma shortly before my husband died. And I mean, I'm talking a week before my husband died. We decided that he was going to take my car and drive it because his car wasn't drivable anymore. And he had borrowed a truck from one of my other sons. Oh, actually, my son that passed away borrowed his truck. So he brought the truck back. Then I drove back with him with my car. And he has had my car in Oklahoma ever since. I've continued to pay for it and paid the insurance on it. The car hasn't been driven now since, March of last year because it needs a lot of repair work on it. And we knew when we took it down there it was going to need repair work. But I had another year to pay on it, so I haven't been paying on that. And, I'm not covering insurance on it anymore because it's been parked. Matter of fact, the battery's out of it. So, anyway, but it's finally paid off. And now my plan is to sell that as quickly as I can for whatever I can get out of it. And I don't think I'll be able to get a whole lot out of it. But I should be able to get something out of it. So, and like I said, I'm just going to start banking everything that I have to eventually pay for a place of my own. I just need to find the right place and the right person that will rent it to me. So, in the meantime, all this nightmare, I'm calling it my nightmare with my old house, that it's been in the family for years, and it's a shame to let it go, but I just can't afford it. It's in disrepair. And I mean, 3 winters now it has sat vacant. since, you know, when my husband got very, very sick, we moved over to my son's condo. And it was a better situation. It was, my husband could no longer go up and down stairs. And this is like a 100-year-old house. And the bathrooms were, the only bathroom in the house was upstairs. The living area was downstairs. He couldn't maneuver the stairs anymore. So we moved over to this condo that my son lived in, which was all on one floor. There was a garage attached, which we didn't have at the house, so he could park in the garage and walk right in the house without in the condo without getting outside. Health-wise, it was a good situation for him. The condo remained in my son's name, and when he passed away, then we had to move out of there. So that's part of my situation. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. There are days that I am so thankful that I've got my kids, and there's other days I just feel so alone in the world. Today's one of those days. And unless you have gone through something like I'm going through, I don't think anybody can really fully understand. I'm glad I have you guys to talk to about it. But I just need to get this nightmare over with so I can start focusing on my future and my happiness. Whatever that means anymore, I don't even know. So, just kind of down all around today. Sorry I'm being such a bummer. But maybe tomorrow will be better. Hoping to have better news from my attorney tomorrow. So, today was just one of those days. It seemed like every 10 or 15 minutes something else happened. That finally I just said, I give up. I'm throwing up the white flag. So... all right, well, with that, I don't really have anything else to add. Thanks for watching and putting up with my whiny jibber-jabber. I will talk to you tomorrow. Let me know below what you think about that hamburger, if I should if you think it looked like I should probably add more points. I think the picture that I took, I'd already eaten about half of it, and I did eat the other half of it. So... anyhow, like I said, I tracked 11 points for it. Let me know if you think I should track more. So I will talk to you tomorrow, hopefully with a smile on my face. Bye-bye.